you moved for a better future, but years later, you're still stuck in survival mode. Why? These 10 immigrant money traps are silently draining your wealth. Did you know that nearly half of immigrants, people just like you, still live paycheck to paycheck even years after arriving in a new country? You took the jobs no one else wanted. You sent money home, skipped your own needs, and saved every hard-earned dollar. You are not alone in this struggle. Millions of immigrants have walked this same path, feeling lost, overwhelmed, and uncertain. Yet many have found hope and a way forward. You left everything behind, your home, your language, your comfort, so your family could have a better future. But why does it feel like you're still stuck, struggling to get ahead, while others seem to build wealth so easily? Here's the truth no one tells immigrants. The old advice we're given, work hard, save every penny, avoid risk, was meant for survival, not for building real wealth. And in today's world, just surviving isn't enough. You deserve more than that. I'm Adia from Money Talks with Adia. I've stood where you stand, and I've helped thousands of immigrant families break free from old patterns and unlock the real Immigrant Wealth Code. Today, I'm sharing 10 powerful financial secrets designed especially for immigrants that can change your relationship with money forever. Because you didn't cross oceans, borders, and barriers just to give up now. Next up, how to open your very first investment account, even if you've never imagined it was possible. Growing up, you learned that money was scarce. Every dollar mattered. Waste nothing, save everything. But here's what they didn't teach you. In a growth economy, hoarding money actually makes you poorer. While you're stuffing cash under your mattress, inflation is stealing 3 to 4% of its value every year. The wealthy think differently. They ask, how can I make my money work harder than I do? The Wealth Code. Start thinking like an owner, not just a saver. Your money should be generating more money while you sleep. Action step. Calculate how much your savings lost to inflation last year. If you had $10,000 in a regular savings account, you lost about $350 in purchasing power. That's your wake-up call. You were taught that working harder equals earning more. So you work overtime, weekends, holidays, you're exhausted but proud of your work ethic. But here's the brutal truth. The richest people in your neighborhood probably work fewer hours than you do. Why? Because they've learned to create systems that generate income without trading time for money. The Wealth Code. Build multiple income streams. Wealthy immigrants don't just have jobs. They have businesses, investments, and assets that pay them. Real example, Maria from El Salvador cleaned houses for 15 years. Then she started teaching other immigrants to clean professionally, taking a cut of their earnings. Today, she runs a cleaning service with 20 employees while working 30 hours a week. Action step. Identify one skill you have that you could teach or systematize. What do people always ask you for help with? If you're already seeing how these secrets could change your financial future, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'm sharing game-changing money strategies every week on Money Talks with Adia. Your future wealthy self will thank you. Let me guess, you pay everything in cash. You avoid debt like it's poison. You keep your money in checking accounts because, at least it's safe. These habits served your grandparents well. But in today's financial system, they're actually keeping you poor. The wealth code is simple. Learn to use the financial system instead of avoiding it. Good credit opens doors to opportunities. Strategic debt can multiply your wealth. The stock market isn't gambling, it's ownership. Action step. If you don't have a credit card, get a secured one this week. If you've never invested, open a brokerage account. Start with $50. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. It's to stop being afraid of the tools that build wealth. Your closest friends are probably other immigrants working similar jobs, facing similar struggles. You support each other, which is honestly beautiful. But if everyone in your circle is broke, staying broke just becomes normal. The wealth code. Intentionally build relationships with people who are where you want to be financially. Action step. Join one professional association, attend one networking event, or take one class where you'll meet people outside your usual circle. Wealthy people aren't better than you, they just know different information. So far, credit, saving, investing, you're halfway there. Pat yourself on the back for making real progress. Stick with us. Your journey to wealth is just getting started. We're just getting started with these wealth-building secrets. Hit subscribe if you want to learn how to build generational wealth, because your family's financial future is worth one click. This one's going to sting, but someone needs to say it. If you're an immigrant working hard in a new country, you know the pressure of supporting loved ones back home. Every month, you make sacrifices, skipping small luxuries, working extra hours, just to send money to your family. It's a gesture of love, responsibility, and hope for a better future for everyone. You send $500 home every month because your family needs it. You know that money pays for school fees, groceries, maybe even medical bills. It's not just cash, it's a lifeline, and you feel proud to provide it. But here's the hard truth. You have no emergency fund. If something unexpected happens, like a job loss, a medical emergency, or even a sudden rent hike, you're left scrambling. You're living paycheck to paycheck, always one step away from a financial crisis. You're just one car repair away from debt. One accident, one broken appliance, or one missed paycheck could send you spiraling into loans or credit card debt, making it even harder to support your family or yourself. I'm not saying stop helping your family. They rely on you, and your support means the world to them, but there's a smarter way to do it, one that protects both you and them in the long run. I'm saying help them smarter. Take a step back and look at your own financial health. Are you building any savings? Do you have a safety net for emergencies? If not, it's time to rethink your approach. The wealth code. You can't save others while drowning yourself. If you're constantly stressed, exhausted, and financially unstable, you're not truly in a position to help anyone for long. Eventually, you'll burn out, and then no one wins. Build your foundation first, then help from a position of strength. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid base before you can add more floors. Start by setting aside a small emergency fund, even if it means sending a little less home for a while. The math. If you invested that $500 monthly instead of sending it home, in 10 years you'd have over $80,000, assuming 8% returns. That's not just numbers on a screen, that's real security, real options, and real power to help your family in bigger ways. Imagine how much better you could help your family with that foundation. Instead of just sending money for bills, you could help them start a business, pay for a home, or cover major emergencies without hesitation. Action step. Have an honest conversation with your family. Explain your situation, your goals, and why you need to prioritize building your own safety net. It might be tough, but real love means planning for everyone's future, not just today's needs. Explain that reducing remittances temporarily will allow you to help them much more in the long run. Share your plan, your timeline, and reassure them that this is about building a better future for all of you. Set a specific timeline, maybe 2 years to build your foundation. Track your progress, celebrate small wins, and keep your family updated. Remember, you're not abandoning them, you're preparing to lift everyone higher together. You work 2 jobs so your kids can have better opportunities. But if you don't teach them about money, you're setting them up to repeat your struggles. The Wealth Code financial education is the most valuable inheritance you can give your children. The reality check. Your kids are learning about money by watching you. If they see you stressed about bills, avoiding financial topics, or working endless hours, that becomes their normal. Action step. Start having weekly money conversations with your family. Show them your budget. Explain your financial goals. Let them see you investing, even if it's small amounts. Make financial literacy a family value. If these secrets are already shifting how you think about money, do me a favor and subscribe to Money Talks with Adia. I'm breaking down financial barriers every week, and your subscription helps me reach more families who need this information. Most of us start our financial journeys with small, practical goals. You might tell yourself, this month I'll save $1,000, or I'll finally pay off that credit card. These are the kinds of goals we're taught to set: measurable, realistic, and safe. They feel achievable, and that's comforting, especially if you come from a background where every dollar counts. Maybe you're working extra hours, skipping small luxuries, or cutting back on things you enjoy just to meet these goals. You might feel proud when you finally pay off a credit card or stash away a little extra in your savings account. And you should be proud. These are important steps. But let's be honest, these are survival goals. They help you stay afloat, but they don't move you forward in a big way. They're about avoiding pain, not creating abundance. If you only focus on surviving, you'll never give yourself the chance to thrive. Wealth isn't built by playing it safe or thinking small. Here's the Wealth Code. Wealthy people set goals that seem almost ridiculous at first. They don't just ask, how can I save a little more? They ask, how can I double my income? How can I create something that changes my family's future? They set goals that force them to think differently, to stretch, to innovate. The real mindset shift is this. Instead of asking yourself, how can I save an extra $100 this month? Ask, how can I earn an extra $1,000? It's a small change in words, but a massive change in thinking. When you focus on earning more, you open yourself up to new opportunities, new skills, and new networks. Think about it. Saving has a limit. You can only cut so much before there's nothing left to cut. But earning, there's no ceiling. You can always find new ways to bring in more, whether it's through a side hustle, a new job, or starting a small business. The possibilities are endless if you're willing to look for them. Let me give you a real example to show you how this works in practice. David, an immigrant from Nigeria, wanted to save $2,000 for his daughter's college fund. At first, he thought about cutting back on groceries, skipping family outings, and working overtime at his job. But he realized that even with all those sacrifices, it would take him a long time to reach his goal. Instead of just cutting expenses, David decided to try something new. He started tutoring math on weekends at the local library. He'd always been good at math, but he'd never thought of it as a way to earn extra money. Soon, word spread, and more students signed up for his sessions. In just 3 months, David earned the $2,000 he needed. But he didn't stop there. He realized he could keep tutoring, And now his side business brings in $1,500 every month, money he never would have made if he'd only focused on cutting back. David's story isn't unique. There are countless ways to earn more if you're willing to think bigger and take action. The key is to set a goal that feels a little scary, something that excites you and makes you wonder, can I really do this? So here's your action step. Set one goal that feels uncomfortably big. Write it down. Don't worry if it seems out of reach right now. That's the point. Then spend 30 minutes brainstorming how someone with unlimited resources, time, money, connections, would achieve it. Don't limit yourself to what you think is possible. Let your imagination run wild. You might be surprised by the ideas you come up with. Remember, the real gap between where you are and where you want to be is often just information and action. The only thing holding you back is the size of your thinking. Dream bigger, act bolder, and watch how your life begins to change. Employer 401k match, tax deductions for business expenses, earned income tax credit, Roth IRA tax advantages. The system has built-in wealth-building tools, but, immigrants often don't know about them or are too scared to use them. The Wealth Code, learn the rules of the game so you can win it. The missed opportunity. If your employer matches 401k contributions and you're not contributing, you're literally turning down free money. A 50% match means instant 50% return on your investment. Action steps: schedule a meeting with HR this week to understand your benefits. If you're self-employed, meet with a tax professional to understand business deductions you might be missing. Ready to unlock all the financial secrets that could transform your life? Subscribe to Money Talks with Adia and join thousands of immigrants who are building wealth the smart way. Don't let another week go by without taking action. You think you need perfect English to invest, start a business, or build wealth. So you wait and wait. But here's the thing. The truth is, money is a universal language. Numbers don't have accents. Start with what you have, right where you are. Perfect is actually the enemy of profitable. Let me give you a real example. Rosa from Guatemala speaks limited English, but she built a $100,000 investment portfolio using Spanish-language financial apps and YouTube channels. She started with just $25 monthly investments. So, here's your action step. Find financial education resources in your native language. Use translation apps. Join online communities of investors from your home country. Because, honestly, your accent doesn't affect your account balance. You think your background is a disadvantage, that you're starting behind, that you don't belong in wealthy spaces. But here's what successful immigrant entrepreneurs know. Your story of resilience, adaptability, and determination is exactly what builds wealth. You've already done the hardest part. You've proven you can adapt to anything. You didn't come to this country to be comfortable. You came to be free. Financial freedom is just the next chapter of your journey. So here's a simple action step. Write down 3 skills you developed as an immigrant that could create income. Maybe language abilities, cultural knowledge, survival skills, or work ethic. How could you monetize these unique strengths? If you're ready to turn your immigrant superpowers into wealth-building tools, subscribe to Money Talks with Adia right now. I'm here to help you win at money, and every video gets you closer to financial freedom. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. You can read all the books, watch every video, and listen to countless podcasts, but unless you put what you learn into practice, nothing in your life will actually change. The real difference between those who dream and those who achieve is simple. Action. So if you're ready to take control of your financial future, let's turn your knowledge into results. Starting right now, here's your step-by-step plan to start building wealth in the next 90 days. This isn't just a list, it's a roadmap designed for real people with real lives and real challenges. Each step is practical, actionable, and proven to work, especially for immigrants who are building a new life from the ground up. Days 1 to 30, Foundation. The first month is all about laying the groundwork for your financial journey. Think of this as building a strong base for a house. You want it solid, reliable, and ready to support everything that comes next. Start by opening a high-yield savings account. This is where your emergency fund and future investments will grow. Look for accounts with no fees and the best interest rates you can find. Next, get a credit card and set up automatic payments. This helps you build credit history, which is crucial for future opportunities like buying a home or starting a business. Automating payments also protects you from late fees and stress. For the next 30 days, track every single expense. Use a notebook, an app, or even a spreadsheet, whatever works for you. This will open your eyes to where your money is really going and help you spot easy ways to save. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. Even if it's just a small amount each week, consistency is what builds wealth over time. Celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Days 31 to 60, Growth. Now that your foundation is set, it's time to make your money work for you. This is where you start to see real progress and momentum. Open a Roth IRA and make your first investment, even if it's just a small amount. Investing early, even with little money, is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth over time. If you're unsure, talk to a financial advisor or use online resources to guide you. Find a way to increase your income by at least $200 a month. This could be through a side hustle, learning a new skill, or even negotiating a raise at your current job. Every extra dollar you earn accelerates your journey. Choose one major expense, like groceries, utilities, or transportation, and reduce it by 20%. Small changes like meal prepping or switching to a cheaper phone plan can add up to big savings. Join a networking group or professional association. Building relationships with others in your field can open doors to new opportunities, advice, and support you never expected. Days 61 to 90, Acceleration. Now, automate all your investments so your money grows without you having to think about it. This is how you build wealth on autopilot. Create your first additional income stream. This could be selling products online, freelancing, or starting a small business. Even a small side project can make a big difference over time. Build relationships with 3 people who are financially ahead of you. Learn from their experiences, ask questions, and let their success inspire you to keep moving forward. Set your first impossible financial goal, something that excites and scares you at the same time. Write it down, visualize it, and remind yourself every day why you started this journey. And remember, no one starts out as an expert. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the life you want. Your 90-day journey begins now. Your parents' generation moved countries for opportunity. Your generation can move mountains with the right financial knowledge. Your journey to wealth starts with a single decision. Are you ready to stop surviving and start thriving? The wealthy life you dreamed of when you first arrived in this country? Now I want to hear from you. Comment the number that hit you hardest. Like this video if you learned something new. And tap subscribe. Next week I'll show you how to open your first Roth IRA with just $50. Until next time.